about love and
Hey, hockey. I was going to say, get all those other ones out there. Remember all the other ones. All right. Brandon Belgrave, head coach Miles Kochevar, Sullivan Moon. Coach, just a quick recap of the of that last game with Central Washington.
Oh, man, as we continue to grow, we've got to take as much as we possibly can. As you continue to dive into it, we obviously had some opportunities where you can get that thing really turned in our momentum, and we weren't able to capitalize on some of those key plays and really garner a whole bunch of momentum that could have really maybe persuaded that outcome a different way. But these guys were hungry. They came back ready to go, and we've got to learn from our mistakes. We've got to get it cleaned up. Our biggest thing right now is fighting inconsistency. We've got to find a way to get into a flow and be consistent throughout the game. We've got to be able to control it, and us be able to control that flow and dictate the way that it goes. So we've got to continue to grow that way, and that's just each unit, all three phases of the game working together. And I think there's a lot of things that we will take from it, and we will continue to improve.
Brandon, for you, on the offensive side, what did you see out there? It looked like you and Aiden had a couple holes and had some chances to do some bigger things.
Oh yeah, I mean, we were doing good. Like we started pretty good. We just can't afford to having those penalties that bring all this stuff back. We just gotta be more clean in the next game, and then just doing the same thing but cleaner. I think that's probably what we're cleaning up this week of practice. Just trying to get everything clean, and then don't do those mistakes over and over again.
Then Sullivan, for you, RMAC Special Teams Player of the Week, had 2 field goals, had the big 67-yard punt. Just talk about your first experience in a home game in Grand Junction here.
Oh, it was a blast. It's my second time playing in the stadium, but I think I'm with the right crew now, and we had some things to clean up from last week as a special teams unit. Got that done, and as long as we keep doing our job, I think we'll definitely see some more success in the future.
Then, Coach, just looking ahead to this week, matchup with CSU Pueblo, back-to-back games against ranked opponents. Now, just what do you know about them, and what can you say about CSU Pueblo looking ahead?
Oh, you got a team with a lot of firepower coming in, or we're going to, I guess, better way to put it there. And they're very explosive. They like to strike fast. And they're very athletic in all positions. So we're gonna have our hands full, but I don't think you could ask for anything more. This is why you're here, is to play this caliber of games week in and week out. So I'm excited to be able to watch our group go and compete and find a way to slow them down and then be effective offensively. So, this is going to be a great challenge, really, as we start the RMAC playoff, and now it's clean slate. So these are the ones that count. We got to find a way to go and get it done. Questions?
Say, Sullivan, you've had a couple of good weeks here, and now you're going to go back to a place that you're very familiar with. I mean, how do you just kind of forget about that? I mean, a lot of guys have done that with the transfer portal. A lot of the coaches have been there. Is it just another game, or a little more special?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a different type of energy that I have this week. But it's all love, and at the end of the day, business is business. So we just got to find a way to get it done.
Yeah. And the way you've been able to get punts and kickoffs are going in the end zone. Your punts are almost all getting inside the 20. I mean, that's kind of what they need you to do is pin these guys back. And you're kind of out there on an island in practice. You're kind of working on your own. How do you kind of translate that into, okay, I got to get my foot into this one, especially when you're starting to run around with the Australian kicks?
Yeah, I mean, I've had some great instruction in the off season. And even though we don't spend a lot of time with the team during practice, that's where we can get our technique taken care of, and make those details better. And then we have great relationships with all the members of the team, special teams, and offense, defense. We're all a tight-knit group, so that just makes everything way easier.
And saying, Brandon, like Dave said, you guys had some good holes. You ran hard, especially that first quarter. when you guys got that lead, did they just make adjustments, and how do you kind of counter the adjustments that teams make once they really see how your line's going to block?
I mean, we adjust pretty good. I think we started good, and then they adjust obviously. But I feel like we let them do what they're supposed to do, like which is stop the offense. And it's more on us than them because I know that us as an offense we can do way more than we did at that on that last game, and it's just a matter of just cleaning everything up, as I said, and just getting like everything how it's supposed to be, like in the right way. We just doing what we do, just playing offense, and then just running the football, passing the football, like doing all the things that we know how to do.
And you get to that too, Patty, with it. And Brandon and I had a conversation as you go shoot to start the game off. He catches it on the end around there, and there's showcase just the confidence that he continues to build each week. And I told him, and I called him out. I said, I think you could have scored, right? And not being satisfied and letting, because he does have that next gear. He has that speed that makes it very hard for him to be stopped. And he continues to grow each week as that confidence continues to grow. That's kind of where we are as a complete team. So I think the adjustments, as you look at it, is being able to come out and then, okay, I can't miss this read. I've got to be able to run through an arm tackle at times, or I got to stick on this block a little bit longer. We just got to continue to build that confidence in what we're doing and that we can get it done. And then that's what comes along with the young group. So I'm excited as they continue to progress and then finally kind of realize what they can be.
First question for the table, just in getting back into practice and maybe going through film, what have been some of the things that stuck out about the team's performance on Saturday? Maybe something that you didn't expect to see on film.
I think it was a little bit more surprising and more evident once you really start to break down the film. Some of the mistakes that we made, and we talk about self-inflicted wounds all the time. And there's going to be penalties. There's going to be a pass interference. There's going to be a holding, but there's ones that we can't allow to happen. And whether it's jumping off sides, and then the miscommunications within the calls that we are sending out on both sides of the ball. Those are things that we got to be 100% on. We got to be clean on. Those should be executed to perfection. But we didn't do a great job of communicating. We got stuck kind of like a deer in the headlights a little bit on both sides of the ball. And so that communication didn't get echoed all the way across when you're making some checks, you're making some adjustments. So I think that was the most surprising is what we left out there. And that was kind of uncharacteristic of this group through camp and what we've done. So I'm guessing we're going to rebound and judging off of today's practice, these guys are hungry to go out and kind of get that redemption and get after it. So,
guys, if you could talk about that hunger, to get that redemption.
Man, we just can't wait. Like just at the end of the game, when we look at that scoreboard, you have that feeling of we just could have done better than that, and it's not what you want to see, that scoreboard, and then you have the less points on there. So like we just trying to work hard like we always do to get better every day, and then just go Saturday and then do our best and try to win the game.
Yeah, I talked with some of my teammates after the game, and pretty much the gist of that was mostly positive things, and I think our ceiling is out of sight. When we play our best game, I think it's not what showed on Saturday, and so we're going to try to bring that out next week for sure.
And then Brandon and Sullivan, I was hoping to just hear from you guys about, kind of seizing these the starting opportunities through 2 weeks, for first time here at Mesa. What's that? What did that work look like, and how does it feel, to be able to see the fruits of your labor?
I mean, it always feels good to start, but at the end of the day, you know that you're never gonna stop competing with the other group. So it's just a matter of the whole group make each other better. In my group, as a running back, we all good. So I just can't just chill because I got two more players that are good too, Aiden, Miles, and there's more of them that are good too. So it's just a good group that we just happy to have because we all can ball, we all can play, and then it's just good to have that variation of running backs.
Yeah, going off of that, I mean, I wasn't nervous at all making the transition here to CMU because I've got Coach K here with me and some great guys that recruited me out of high school, believe it or not. And so I've just been embracing the process, and it's been going well so far. So I'm trying to keep up the momentum.
See, Miles, I know you've talked about this is a team you want to get started fast, and each week you've gotten off to a good start, and then sustaining it offensively, especially just really having trouble sustaining drives. Is it just keep at it and keep pounding at it, or is there something that you're seeing that kids are getting down about, or just not adjusting to adjustments?
No, I think it's just the biggest thing is having that belief each time that you take the field. And we've done a good job. And I think the staff has done a good job of having a plan, being able to come out within that, that first 15 and understand what we're going to be able to capitalize on. And then it's just continuing to execute because they are going to make their adjustments. And where you could have been clean before, well, now you're going to have to put a body on a body and you're going to have to win your one-on-ones. So I think that's where we got to continue to grow, and it can't come and go in waves, and that's something that is instilled in them through practice, and that's something that we've really hit these last couple of days and talked about. That it's not going to be something that you can turn on and off, and we got to finish in a dominant position and make sure that these guys have that belief in one another, and we've also got to make sure that we're not slowing ourselves down and making ourselves mental midgets by overcomplicating the game. So as they go, and I think they felt good with the looks that they're seeing, and we've got to make sure that we continue to put them in situations where they can execute and play fast. And so I think there's growth on both sides from the staff and then also with our unit that's on the field. So I think they'll continue to get better as we push them, and it's just them continuing to find our identity all the way across the board.
Question of the week. Favorite local Grand Junction restaurant?
Yes. This one, shout out to Kobe May. He put me on, but Main Street Bagel, they got everything. I've had the bacon, egg, and cheese, and the green chili, the Palisade peach cinnamon roll. It's all 10 out of 10.
I don't know why, but I like Wrigley's burgers. I don't know. It just hit different sometimes when I go there. So yeah.
Oh, Rig is always a good choice there, Brendan. But as it go, good friend, great restaurant downtown. I'm going to go with Sahiro Japanese.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.